Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. And as you can see, we have some special individuals right here in the house with us. And I can't wait for you to get to know more about them. Actually, today, I am not hosting the show by myself. I'm co-hosting with none other than Dr. Lotus Riche. How are you, Dr. Riche?
Woo, woo! It's the Kim Jacobs Show. I love that.
So glad to have you on today. And I know that Dr. Rebecca, you're probably like, okay, y'all, can y'all talk about this later? I am here. I'm right here. We have Dr. Rebecca Harper in the house with us today. How are you today, Dr. Harper?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so honored to have you. I got to make sure I say we, because today we are co-hosting. And so for everyone that's tuning in, what's happening here today on the Kim Jacobs Show, we're doing what's called Interview the Interviewer. And so on these particular episodes, Dr. Lotus Riche and I are going to be tag teaming, and we're going to be talking to whatever guest we bring on my show that day, and whenever we bring someone onto the Dr. Lotus Riche Ignite show, I'll come on and co-host with her. So you're going to be seeing us doing some tag teaming along our journey. How do you feel about this, Dr. Riche?
Well, last night I went live and I was telling everybody around the world that I had the amazing pleasure to be doing the Interview the Interviewer with my girl. Let me move my head out of the way. Kim Jacobs. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm feeling fired up. Because here's the thing, so many folks that have their own shows, that have their own corporations, a lot of times they're doing all the interviewing and they never get to tell their story. So today, we get to help them share their story about the phenomenal things that they're doing in the world. So how do I feel? Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk, spin, turn, pop that leg. It's the Kim Jacobs Show. That's the vision.
Okay. I ought to know I'm going to be laying back in my chair quite a few times on this episode. Okay. So everyone, grab your virtual seats. Let us know where you're visiting in from as soon as possible so we can put some shout outs and give you the opportunity to be a part of the studio audience. I see you, Lucretia. You say awesome, awesome. Yes, it's definitely going to be awesome. Great morning, amazing ladies. Watching from the Philippines is Jasper. It's a pleasure to have you. Angela, all the way from DC. It's a pleasure. And Lucretia is from the Virginia area. So glad to have you all here. Make sure you tag your friends, your family, your coworkers. Let everybody know that the Kim Jacobs Show, Interview the Interviewer with Dr. Lotus Riche, and we're going to be interviewing Dr. Rebecca Harper. So go ahead and tell people. And you know what, Dr. Riche, what happens is, I don't know whether to call you Dr. Lotus, but I just call you Lotus. So it's kind of like I got to try and be.
Yeah, you can call me Dr. Lotus, Dr. Lolo, but no, don't call me late for dinner.
Okay. I gotta keep my cheeks serious because you're gonna have me two all out of sorts here. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna give everybody 30 seconds because I need 30 seconds so I can tag about 10 friends, family, coworkers, invite them into today's broadcast because we don't want anybody to miss out on anything that's being shared today. So take this 30 seconds and tell everybody that Dr. Rebecca Harper is on the Kim Jacobs Show today with Dr. Lotus Riche and Kim Jacobs co-hosting. Here we go. 30 seconds, tag.
It's time to tag 10 and win right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Let's go. We've got to tag 10 and win right here. You've got 12 seconds. Let's make it happen.
That's the quickest 30 seconds in the world, right? Isn't it?
I know. I was tagging folks. I'm sending stuff out. I wish we had another 30 seconds.
I know. You the co-host, so there you go. We get it.
We're giving you more time, so make it spin on a dime. Make it do what it do just for you. Go ahead and share 10. Tag 10 more people. It's 10. It's time to win. Come on. We got 11 seconds, friend. Let's make it happen.
I guess I should say something too, since I'm co-hosting with Dr. Lotus Riche. We back.
I love it.
All right, everybody. I know Dr. Rebecca Harper is probably like, am I their first guest doing this drama that they're participating in? Yes, you're the first person in the hot seat, Dr. Rebecca Harper. So you're going down in history with Kim Jacobs Show and with Dr. Lotus Riche. All right, listen, everybody.
May I add?
Yes.
Dr. Rebecca has done brilliant work around the world. And for a while, she had kind of not been on social media. So she's getting back on social media. She's getting back to doing her shows. So this is a historical moment for her as well. So if you are happy with this historical moment for Dr. Rebecca Harper, put an R and an H in the comment block below.
Awesome. Yes, we are all excited. We'll pop all of those R and H's up so everybody can see them in a second here. I am excited because I want to go ahead and introduce my co-host, but then she's going to introduce our special guest, and we're going to go ahead and get into this. Okay, so today, Dr. Lotus Riche is a global civility and ambassador. She is the CEO of Lotus Riche Ignites. She is also a show host of Lotus Riche Ignite Show, news you can use, because it's two different things. The Lotus Ignite, the Lotus Riche Ignite Show, and then news you can use and bring who you are. So she has a lot of different things happening. We're going to put all of her contact information so you can stay connected with Dr. Lotus Riche. She is a Guinness World Record holder for 2020, and she's an international speaker and a #1 international best-selling author. She's a transformation strategist and a trainer. So everybody, thank you for welcoming my co-host, Dr. Lotus Riche, to the Kim Jacobs Show. Glad to have you.
Thank you, Kim, and happy to be here. You do such phenomenal work, and the world really appreciates it. And I think I can say that as a World Civility Ambassador. I think I can say that. So I've said it, it's said, it's done. So now, with no further ado, I have to present and welcome and share with you our guest, as we're going to put her in the hot seat on Interview to Interviewer with the phenomenal Dr. Miss Kim Jacobs and, of course, yours truly. Please welcome our global family ambassador. I call it a sweetheart of civility. She is a global family first movement award winner. She is a productive business COVID-19 leadership award. She's gotten that. She's got the Peace Society of Kenya Special Ambassador Award. She has the award from Every Girl Wins Institute, winning global ambassador of that. She has helped OECS, and she came on my show when we talked about what's going on in the Grenadines. She does not stop because of barriers. She does not stop for walls. She does not stop for oceans that separate people, because she will not be stopped. She is a summit inspirational mover, and she's received that award. She's received the OECS SDM Summit Influential Mover Award. She is Dr. Ambassador Rebecca Phillison Harper. She's a communicator. She's a professional. She is a show host. But most importantly, she's here with us today on Interview the Interviewer. Please welcome our friend, the sweetheart of civility, Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper. Hello.
Hello. We're so glad to have you with us, Dr. Harper. How are you today?
Good. I'm making history. How can I complain?
Well, listen, we're going to jump right in and find out right from you. And Dr. Lotus, you tell me however you want to do it too, because I can talk a lot. So you make sure we just tag team. But Dr. Harper, why did you become so passionate specifically about civility with families and building families and their businesses? What made you so passionate about that?
Well, I think family really is the core of every society. And we tend to blame the family for all the problems, but we never really tend to acknowledge different types of family and know that the system is flawed. The system is outdated when it comes to families. Families have evolved, but the system hasn't. And, you know, I'm born in Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica. And what has happened is that, you know, even in Jamaica, everything is towards the nuclear family, mother, father, children.
Right.
They have not acknowledged that families have changed. So therefore, you almost get punished if you want to get a divorce. And the court system punishes you. And then they turn around and say, well, the family isn't working, and that's why society and all these social problems are there. But it really is, the family have so many systemic barriers towards them. So, and they have absolutely no civility. So when I developed family civility, which has always been a passion, I had a radio show in Jamaica for 8 years just on parenting. So I've heard it all. You know, I was on the Child Protection and Family Services Agency board for 3 years. And that's, I mean, the trauma I heard every day of what was happening to our children, what were happening, you know, with the abuse. And I said, hold on, something, you know, we keep blaming society, but when you look at it and you look at the framework, and it's not just Jamaica, I'm not pointing finger at my home country as well. Even in Canada, when I developed family civility, I developed it for the Caribbean and Africa when it came to teaching social services and that gap in social services. But it went even a further step where even in Canada, we're a client-based social services approach, but we're not a family-based. And so we don't appreciate the different perspectives. And even though we are aware of the different family types here in Canada, we don't actually change the system for the family types. We compensate. So for example, minimum wage is still for a double income home, right?
Right.
The government will give us tax benefits if we are a single parent home. And I'm like, but I don't want to be living off of government money because I'm a single parent. I want to earn money because I'm a single parent.
Right.
These are the things. So family civility as a nation is showing equity and civility to all family types, no matter their race, their gender, their religion, their biological formation, their sexuality, their different abilities. So they're all different types of family. What we have to know, we look at diversity when it comes to race and culture, but we don't look at diversity when it comes to family types.
That is, oh my gosh, that's like that. If you all just learned something, put a high five in the comments already, because Dr. Rebecca Harper is sharing knowledge in just like 2 minutes or less that's life-changing, life-transforming. So Dr. Riche, do you have anything that you want to say to what Dr. Harper is saying? Because this is incredible, isn't it?
I would drop my mic.
Yes.
But I may not be able to overnight one.
Okay, yeah, don't do that then.
What I am
drop the
going
mic.
to do is I'm going to say that she came in, not only did she drop the mic, she dropped the computer and she dropped the mouse. Pow. Okay, there we go. That's all I'm saying. So, you know, a lot of times people, well, let me trickle back.
Mm-hmm.
When I met Dr. Harper, I did not know as much about family civility as I do today. And a lot of times people don't talk about family civility because oftentimes it is a topic that is very challenging, that oftentimes people are not aware about. So many times people don't want to admit what they don't know. But here's what I've learned. when you admit what you don't know, it opens up the pathway to grow. And Dr. Harper not only has been offering the knowledge, now she's teaching it in such a way that people can really change not only their life as it exists today,
Right.
but life as we know it on the planet and in the future. So I'm so happy that she is one of the people that we chose to be one of the first people to come on Interview the Interviewer.
Wasn't this a great choice, everyone?
Yes.
Just put a heart. I mean, we already love you, Dr. Rebecca Harper. Put a heart in the comment section if you already have fallen in love with the concept that Dr. Harper is sharing. And when we come back from this commercial break, what we're going to do is we're going to learn more. I really want you to break down why. I just want you to break it down for us from your perspective. I don't even want to steer you, because it could steer you in a way that you say, well, I wasn't going to even talk about that. Talk from whatever angle you want when it comes to how the family unit, nationwide, internationally, globally, everywhere, how this is going to be able to change our world, our viewpoint, our vantage point. Okay, right after this commercial break, we're going to hear from Dr. Rebecca Harper more with her philosophy on family civility. Yes. Okay. Yes. Anything? Okay. Is it okay to go to commercial break, Dr. Lotus?
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, we are back. And I do want to let you know that just recently, attorney Kenneth D. Snow, he won a huge murder case where the person had been wrongfully convicted of murder and was overturned. He was away from his family for like 5 years and wrongfully accused everybody, but he was able to reunite with his family. Talking about family, that's a big deal. So the phone number, if you want to reach out to attorney Kenneth D. Snow, let him know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you his way, is 704-358-0026. If you're in the Charlotte or in the South Carolina area, he's looking to serve you and give you a free consultation. So Dr. Rebecca, talk to us and tell us now, Dr. Riche, too, if you have any commercial that you need ran for one of your sponsors, please send it to me via Messenger and I'll pop it in, because I got to make sure we, balance this thing out. Okay. All right. Dr. Rebecca, talk to us from a family perspective.
So how can a family practice family civility? So we spoke about how we need to advocate for family diversity and going and having, so I want to work, and I've been working with countries on helping them to break the system to accept family diversity. But how can a family practice family civility? Well, we have to break away from birth order and cultural bias. Again, a family is just a small reflection or the primary group of the bigger group. So what happens is we can do it by loving, supporting, and accepting each member's strength and identity, making it above birth order and cultural bias. Right? That is where we need to go when we're acting as a family. And what I do is I work with individual families on getting to know their members, even as young as 3 years old. As long as they can speak, they can tell you what I want to be or who I want to be, instead of we dictating how our children should be. One of the biggest lessons I've written, my first book where I won the award for it, was Communication is a Family Game. And that's what I do, is I teach families how to communicate on the sense of getting to know each family member.
That's
right?
good.
And that is the key, having that, because we are damaged people because of how society, what has happened is society has dictated how we must run our families, right? It is a primary group. So what happens is we go inside from society and how society has taught us and our implicit biases, and I can go through all the technical terms. But what we need to start doing is the family needs to go out. We are the primary group.
That's good.
School is the secondary. School and church is secondary. Then work and all of that, that's the third group that you are exposed to.
Mm-hmm.
What has happened is the third and the fourth, because government and society, so the third, the fourth, third, and second dictate how we train our primary group instead of the other way around.
I love it. I love it.
It's empowering families. I mean, to build sustainable nations. That was the first evolution of what I wanted to achieve with family civility and training, is to empower families to build sustainable nations. Now it's not one family is left behind.
I love that concept. And the thing is, I never knew that was actually what that's called, what you're calling it, family civility. But in my book, Extreme Balance Makeover, I talk about individualized family plans. I call it IFPs. I didn't realize I'm probably talking from a very professional perspective of family civility, but really identifying what each family member's strengths and weaknesses are and how we could be able to better reverse, like say, for example, if we have a child that's dealing with a confidence issue, a lack of confidence, then we focus and hone in on activities and tools and resources that we could share with that particular child to boost his or her confidence. But I didn't know that was considered kind of family civility stuff.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's when it comes to, it all evolved because I wrote my first book and realized all of this was happening. And in the 25 years of community service that I've been doing in development and working with families, it all came. I mean, this is family civility is 25 years in the making. And it really comes down to bringing civility door to door. And the only way we can teach civility is if we start with the family. And then it goes out, because we start with the primary group, we teach for civility within that primary group, then they will leave their homes and teach civility outwards, right? But if you are not feeling civility in your own home, if you are not having that self-worth in your own home, if you are not feeling that golden rule in your own home, you're not going to go out and do it.
You preaching, Doctor Girl. I know that's not what you think you're doing on here, but you preaching right here, because what you're saying is going deep into the word of God, of the way that the family is structured. Okay, Dr. Lotus Riche, go ahead, say some stuff, because I'm not.
It brings me to the movie The Color Purple, when the lady says, "Speak, Lord, speak to me," and that's what family civility does. It speaks to us on a physical and a spiritual level that should cause us to do some critical thinking about the way we've been, in many cases, manipulated to disenfranchise people within our own families, because we push them out because of lack of love, a lack of understanding, a lack of wanting to accept.
Generational trauma and colonialism.
Yes.
And that's the problem. Colonialism dictated how our family should run, because they knew if they could dictate the family, they could control everything.
Exactly.
So now reverse it.
But it's interesting that you're saying that, because people, we all come from different backgrounds. And so the things, and I can only speak personally, the things that I've personally experienced along my journey, no matter how you slice it, I may go back and resort to some of those type of behaviors or trends or patterns because of what I've been experiencing my whole life, right?
Exactly.
So then I'm only using myself. That way I'm safe here. If I come into a situation where now the other people that are linked to me, Dr. Harper, are saying, Kim, let's try to break that generational curse that you have that we all see, because you're in the picture frame, like Les Brown says, so you can't see yourself. So we see this generational curse on you and through you, and we want to break it and rebuke. Well, I would rebuke it. I want to rebuke it, right? Get it out, right? So we want to get this thing out, in my case, in Jesus' name. But then what if there's resistance to wanting to have some change happening? I tried to start off using myself. Now I don't think I done turned it around to other people. Sorry. Okay. Let me just stick to Kim. What if I was resistant to changing?
There is, and this is where I call it, there's systemic barriers to everything, and we are very conscious right now of the systemic barriers to race, which I'm really happy. I mean, Jamaica look at, I'm really proud of my culture, and I'm proud of Jamaica because we don't have racial barriers. Yes, I'm white, and they may say, oh, she's white, she has money. We have stereotypes, but we don't have barriers, right? And where Jamaica has been is, and I'm going to quote my sister who has written a book about it. We were discussing it recently, and she said, when slavery ended in Jamaica and emancipation happened, England kind of said, well, do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what happened was all the Jamaicans, no matter the color of your skin, now had to say, hold on, we're an island, how we're going to work together. It's almost like we went through a pandemic where the whole world shut us out. So there was no more trade. There was no more, because Jamaica had nothing to offer. They were going through a transition. So all the Jamaicans had to work together. And we had to put down the color of our skin to work together. Ask anybody in America who is Jamaican, ask them, what are you? Okay. They don't say African Jamaican. They don't say African. They say, oh, I'm Jamaican. I don't say I am, hold on, Portuguese, British. I'm like 5 I don't know what I am. I'm Jamaican.
You're Jamaican. Everybody that's from Jamaica, they're Jamaican. And it's like they don't say I'm this, I'm that. It's just a whole melting situation. Good.
Yeah. Because we are that, and we create, and look at our culture. It's envied all over the world.
Yes.
Right? It is because it relates to everybody.
Can I at least come there just to, now that I know you, because I've never even been to Jamaica.
Yeah,
can I come and visit and just hang out with you one day?
When I go, because I'm living in Canada now, but
yeah. Oh, okay.
No, yes. In fact, one of the things I'm aiming to do is do a family connection trip to Jamaica, where we don't just go to Jamaica as a family, but I actually work with the families while I'm there.
Awesome. Okay.
And she also works with families in Kenya. Yes. So maybe we could go on over to Kenya one day.
Definitely. I love it. Lots of comments have been pouring in. So let me see what some of the studio audience. Dr. Riche, if you do the honors of reading some of these comments so that we can get our audience engaged, I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's see.
I'd be happy to. Dr. Florence says, lovely. Dr. Florence from Rise and Shine says, lovely. This is Carlene Hillard says, this is an amazing topic and the main reasons I am building youth and families. Love it. Thank you.
And also, let me let you know that Carrie Ann is her name. Carrie Ann Hilliard is one of our experts here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Oh, wow. And her book is Overcoming Single Parent Obstacles. So everyone that does not have her book, make sure you connect with her and get a copy of Carrie Ann Hilliard's book. She's going to be on this episode on the Kim Jacobs Show tomorrow on our Freestyle Friday. We have experts that come on, and she's going to be one of our experts that's talking tomorrow right here on the Kim Jacobs Show.
Well, I'm happy you got that right, because I couldn't see it, but I exploded the screen, and I was like, now that say Carrie Ann all day long. Mrs. Ella Spratley, we have Mom in the house with us, Miss Spratley. Woo woo! She says family, teaching, learning, help, and love starts in the home.
Yes, that's my mom, Dr. Harper.
That's right.
And civility.
Yes.
And music by Phil. He's saying wisdom and power. Teach, doctor. Teach. Evangelist Carla Lofton Walton. Hello. She says, good morning, Sharon. K.D. Leon says, family is where all it starts. Empower family, you empower society.
Yep.
All right. Those are just a few of the comments that came in. Thank you so much to our co-host, Dr. Lotus Riche. And thank you so much already, Dr. Rebecca Harper, for the information that you're sharing. I want to know what personally made you so passionate about this?
Well, being a third child.
Okay. You like something has to change around here.
I got to do something, y'all.
Yeah, it is. And a lot came from just my own family experience, own. And again, the radio show, working with communities. And I kept saying, charities make people are dependent on them.
Mhm.
You know, we
Yes.
don't go into the family. I've always worked with charity in the sense of the mindset of like, okay, I'm helping you, I'm
Right.
getting you straight, and I want to move to the next one.
Okay.
Right. And, you know, there was always this missing link. And then, you know, God has your path. And,
Yes.
you know, I have been through my own struggles. I've had to start over 3 times in 7 years. And when I came to Canada now, because I have children with special needs and so on, or different abilities, what happened with me is I came to Canada and I couldn't get a job. So I said, okay, let me go back to school. And I started doing social services, not social work, but social service work. And I went, hold on here. This is like not happening in the Caribbean and Africa. What the heck? Like, no, this is not happening. What is going on? This needs to go over there. So I kind of spent 1 year doing that course, basically saying, okay, I love this, but it's very client-centered. And I went and adapted all my courses.
Oh my gosh.
So
This is really good information.
I adapted all the courses I took and said, how can we do the same techniques and skills and adapt it to doing a whole family, not just one person. And I'm starting my own private career college, which is the Family Civility Institute, getting registered, be able to do Canadian diplomas.
Yes.
And I've already started teaching workshops already. So I do workshops. If you go on my website, thefamilycivilityday.com, you can register for the workshops, the programs. And what I do is I teach the family civility approach to social services and community development.
That's good. That's really, really, really good. I'm glad we asked that question. Aren't you, Dr. Lotus Riche?
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Any question you have that you want to ask her before we go to a commercial break?
Dr. Harper, knowing you has really changed my life.
Yes.
I'd like to ask you, how has being the sweetheart of civility changed your life? Because you do so much for so many.
How has it changed? It's given me my actual purpose in life. It is truly given me my actual purpose. God, you know, people speak about how God gives you a purpose in life and how God gives you that direction. And when you find that purpose, your life, your heart is filled and your soul is filled. That's what it has done for me. Every time I speak about family civility, every time yesterday I taught a course on interpersonal communication and emotional intelligence when it comes to corporate professionalism. I just feel full, like these are God's words. I'm just the vessel. And when you reach that point in your life, it is the most fulfilling feeling you can ever have. And I just feel blessed. I feel so welcomed in everybody's home, because you're welcoming me right now in your home when you turn on your phone or your laptop. And, you know, I'm thankful and humbled by it. You know, why does God choose you to have this message? And that is a very humbling feeling. And you just try very hard to work hard to fulfill your mission in life.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Wow. So Dr. Riche, what do you want us to do next here on this episode?
All I have to say is, I told you she was going to drop the mics. I told y'all. So we would like to thank all of you that's been joining us, and some of you are just coming on. We want to tell you a little bit about what we're doing. This is the Kim Jacobs Show, but we are doing Interview the Interviewer. So we're going to share a brief commercial, if you will, with you, not with us, with you and with us, I guess. And then we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and then we're going to hear some final words of wisdom from our phenomenal guest all the way from Canada, the amazing Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper. So if Kim adds the commercial to the broadcast, Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. You'll have to.
I'm
sit
actually
there,
gonna play
okay?
it. You know what? Now this is crazy because Dr. Lotus Riche, she thinks that she has to put the thing. I can see it backstage, right? So she's already put the commercial backstage just in case Kim wasn't prepared. But Kim is prepared too, right? So I already had a commercial queued up and ready to go. Dr. Rebecca, just pay us no room, no mind.
Well,
Just
she's
act like
used
you're
to
not even in the
hosting her
room.
own
Right?
show and doing everything. She's head in Jamaica. We call her head cook and bottle washer.
Right. So she's on here doing everything. She done queued up a whole. I'm like, what is that backstage? It's a whole video that Dr. Lotus Riche done queued up. I'm like, girl, I got the video. Relax. We're good. Here we go, everybody. We'll be right back with Dr. Rebecca Harper's final thoughts right after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. I am so excited to have my co-host, Dr. Lotus Riche, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show with me. We're going to be doing what's called Interview the Interviewer. So what do you have to say about this, Dr. Lotus Riche?
This your girl, Dr. Lotus Riche, and I'm here with my girl, Kim Jacobs, and we are doing Interview the Interviewer. Come on, Kim, let's get this interview started.
Oh, wow. And if you want that kind of commercial, you can just go right to Dr. Lotus Riche and she will ignite all of your digital performances and presentations to a whole different level. All right. So now let's hear some closing thoughts from you, Dr. Rebecca Harper. But I know you're going to be transitioning to another thing, but everybody stay put. We still have about 20 more minutes here on the show. We have some more things to talk to you about, but we want to hear your closing thoughts before you transition.
Well, I just want to say thank you very much for having me on the show, asking me to make history as your first guest. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so honored. But, please, when you go home tonight, when you're with your family tonight, get to know your members, who they are, not who you want them to be or who you think they are. Wipe that slate clean and get to know who is in your home. That's the biggest thing I ask is I have to get to know who my children are, and they evolve on a yearly basis. They become different on a yearly basis. So I'm constantly in the process. I am too a single mom, and I always get to know my children, and I let them speak freely but politely, with manners. And express themselves, and you'll hear comments, don't genderize me. I'm like, okay, but
you can tell you're from Jamaica or something because you're like everybody, you're like whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's my son's version when I tell him to take out the garbage. Don't genderize me, because then
when she told me that, and I've met her son. When she told me that, I almost fell out my seat.
That's funny.
And I'm very blessed to have children with different abilities, and constantly having to explain how to be with these children. And even that is just an experience. And having a child with autism, you have to get to know your child. They force you to.
That's right.
Because they don't fit in the mold. And that is where I learned a lot. My daughter has taught me, being a parent to my daughter, I'll say it and I'll say it all the time. Being a parent of a child with autism, you don't just become a better parent, you become a better person.
That's so good.
And I'm blessed to have all my kids. I'm about to be a grandma in October, so I become in a different role because your roles evolve. So just get to know them. Don't think of, it's the youngest child, they must do this, or my child is based off of their sexuality. They must change, or I must work. No, accept everybody in your home. Look at their strengths and what they bring. As my mom used to say, her grandfather used to send out his sons one day and ask them each to collect 2 sticks, brought them back, and he said, okay, bundle 1 stick up together. And then they did that. And he said, okay, you see the other stick in your hand, break it. And of course it broke quickly. He says, now try and break the bundle of sticks. And it's harder to break a family that works together than who are individuals.
That's right.
That family home should be your sanctuary with whatever you face. You spoke about the systemic barriers that you face. and you're trying to fight. But when you come home, that sanctuary is there to fulfill you and fill you up when you have that empty cup.
That's good. That's
right?
good.
You go out into that society and that your cup empties very quickly with what you face. But when you come home, you need to fill up that cup. And that's what that home should be. And yes, we have parents who are damaged. Children become damaged parents.
Yes.
Don't feel like you don't have to get that help. Help, you need to fill your cup up before you can feed your children's cup. Right? And that is what needs to happen. If you have had a damaged childhood, please go and seek that help, because you know what you're doing is wrong. If you are abusing your child or having that domestic violence, you know it. You just don't know how to change it. And you're also tired and beaten down by the fingers being pointed to you. And you're being threatened to take away and go to jail. Yes, I understand that. But seek the help to try and stop what you're doing. And there is help out there. That's what I teach. In fact, the family civility approach has actually reduced domestic violence in the families in Kenya with who they're working with, because they're digging deeper. And they're finding out not what to do, but why they do it. That is what we need. We have to start walking into homes, seeing the strengths that each home has, no matter how bad it is, and helping to heal, then help.
My goodness. This is like, I promise you, I do not only feel the Holy Spirit when I'm sitting in a church service, and that's the only place that the Holy Spirit comes into the presence. I feel his presence right here in this room, virtually hearing from you. The importance of your work. The importance of your work is something that it should be implemented, and it should be a part of mandatory training around the globe for families to be able to accept each other, accept each other's flaws, and figure out how we can course correct to be able to have the best outcome for our family units. This is brilliance. God has gifted you with a supernatural gift. So thank you for blessing us today. And I know it's been a tight day for you, so we're going to let you go. But Dr. Lotus Riche, you have any final thing to say to her before we let her get on out of here?
We're humbly honored to have you as a part of the Interview to Interviewer, because like I said, you do so much for so many, but no one oftentimes get to interview you to hear your mission, to hear your heart, to hear your love that you're spreading all around the world. And so I say, come down, everybody, and support Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper and her movement, the way of life, what she's bringing to the world when it comes to family civility. So we thank you and we appreciate you.
Thank you and bless you all.
Thank you. God bless you. You have a very productive day. I'm sure it's going to be even more amazing. We're going to go to a commercial break, give her a chance to pop out of the screen. And you're going to hear some final words from both Dr. Lotus Riche and myself. If you don't have Silver Shield Security, make sure you get to learn more about them now and tell them that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. Thank you, Dr. Rebecca Harper.
Thank you.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone. So we are back. Oh, hey, wait a minute. I'm used to being on this side. I hope you're not used to being on that side. Are you used to being on that side?
I'm on whatever side you put me. I'm all right.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do here. We're on this. But when I'm on your show, you be on the side that you normally are on, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll be on the opposite side. Is that fair?
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. Listen, everyone, if y'all enjoyed what you just heard from Dr. Rebecca Harper, please put your thoughts, your comments. Please make sure you go back and start Watch Party this evening with your friends, your family, your coworkers, to let people be able to experience this wonderful information that she was sharing about family civility. Okay, Dr. Lotus Riche, anything you want to tell people about what they can expect with these the interviewer segments that we're going to be doing?
So I like to invite each and every one of you to tag a friend and tell them to come on in, because the remarkable Kim Jacobs and I have joined our superpowers as we do interview the interviewer. And if you are someone with a phenomenal message that you just got to get out, you have a show and you're always bringing great value, but you don't never get to tell your story, you need to connect with us and let us bring you on Interview the Interviewer, so we can hear your story from your point of view, the only way that you can give it.
That's really good. So you can reach out to either of us on social media. I'm going to give you all of Dr. Lotus Riche's information so you can stay connected with her. If you're not watching her shows currently, make sure you start doing it right away. On Facebook, tell them exactly how they can stay connected with you, Dr. Riche.
So you can connect with me on Facebook. You can go to Lotus Riche Ignites. You can go to Lotus Riche. Either one, you can go to News You Can Use or Bring Who You Are and connect with me. Also, meet up with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Alignable. No matter what you do, get aligned with Lotus Riche and let what I do ignite you and those that you love, care about. Not just your friends, but your frenemies too.
And what do you always say about note takers? So tell them a couple of your slogans there.
I always say note takers are money makers. Let me get my notepad. Hold on a second. Oh, wait a minute. That's money. That's money. Wait a minute. I did that purposely, but that's real. Note takers are money makers.
Girls, I'm going to grab my notebooks. I got like a
greenbacks. I'm not just talking about the greenbacks. I'm talking about the frequency of abundance. Okay. When you take the notes, you can turn back to the notes. So note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers. So if you're looking to make change in your life, join us on our broadcast. Join us on the Kim Jacobs Show. Join us on the Kim Jacobs Show featuring Interview the Interviewer. Join us on the Lotus Riche Ignite Show and everything we do, so that you can be in the frequency when you take those notes to change your life and someone else's life that's looking at you, because they look at you as a role model, or you're someone's dad or mom or friend or coworker, but they see you and you can be a living example of how to ignite and take flight in every area of your life.
That's really great. Really great. Listen, y'all, you don't want to miss this opportunity for us to connect with you, to be able to interview you, have you right here in the hot seat. Dr. Lotus Riche, Kim Jacobs, we're going to be interview the interviewers on both my show and as well on Dr. Lotus Riche's show. And her show is at night. Okay, Dr. Lotus Riche is I'm dramatic, y'all. Y'all already know how dramatic I can be, right? But I done met my match over here. Look. Interview the interviewer. Okay. So we can't wait to have an opportunity. One good question that Dr. Riche asked is, how are you healing and how are you helping? Based on this being a show today about family civility, what are you personally doing to heal and to help your family? I love that question, Dr. Lotus. Anybody want to chime in or share a thought? I'd love to pop it on the screen. How are you healing if you're healing personally, or how are you helping if you know that you're attempting to help your family unit get better?
And Kim, I dare say, I would like to ask you that question while our viewers are chiming in. So please go ahead and chime in, because we want to know. And let us know where you're chiming in from, please, when you chime in. So Kim, interview the interviewer.
Come on, Dr. Riche. I know you're going to put me in the hot seat because you're that person. You're only doing that because I put you in the hot seat on your show that one night, and I had you over there crying a little bit, and you were like,
"Oh, you bought it out of me! You bought it out of me!" I was like, "Go to Kim J." She cried, Lolo crying on the show.
I knew when you came on this show, you were going to put me in the hot seat. Go ahead. What's your question? Go ahead.
How are you helping the world to heal and to help others?
That's an excellent question. And the way that I personally believe that I'm helping the world to heal is by letting my own personal light shine. Because I believe that God gives each and every one of us gifts and talents. And it's my desire to use as many of them as possible to salt the earth. So
Yes.
I'm not going to like dull my shine or dull my light or my gifts for any reason. And sometimes I think too, because of some of the things I've experienced along my journey, which has been some pretty traumatic stuff. It's just that I haven't publicly said everything, but I have been through some very traumatic experiences in my life, Dr. Lotus. And I still want people, women, people, no matter whether they're women or men, to know that no matter what the circumstance, no matter what the situation, that does not determine the outcome of our destiny. That doesn't dictate who I am. God says who I am, and God determines my destiny. So my joy is not in any other person. That's not my children, my family members, extended, immediate, none of that. My joy is in the Lord. And so I believe just by being a walking billboard, basically, that you can see, anybody that knows me knows a lot of what I'm going through. They know what I'm experiencing. If they know Kim Jacobs, know my name, they know what I'm experiencing, but they also see how I'm going through it. And I want that to be an inspiration and a message of hope to somebody else, that you can make it no matter what you're dealing with.
Wow. If y'all love that, put a K. Just put a K. Just put a K in the comment, because you tapped on joy, and you and I, we talked. So I know what you're talking about. And you know too, some of the things that I've gone through. And this, you made me go back to something I shared with my team, my family, my staff this morning. I asked them, what is your reality of your joy? What is the reality of your joy? And so we asked you guys to share with us how you're helping people around the world, with healing and helping.
Let's see. Kay had a comment. She said, this world really hits hard, making my family as an oasis for the hot desert that is in the world is my way of making our family a sanctuary. Yes.
Awesome.
And you know what? I have a thing in my kitchen, and it says that once you're a part of a family, you're loved forever.
Yeah.
No matter what you go through, no matter what you do, no matter what you experience, if you have been in this family, you're loved forever. And so that's not whether anybody understands or comprehends why is this or why is. If you have been a part of a family unit, that love should be forever. Some kind of way, find within yourself the strength to love in spite of.
And that's family civility. And that's a part of what Dr. Harper was saying. And here's the thing. It goes beyond the ether. It goes beyond this planet, folks. It's like that movie that Whoopi Goldberg was in called Ghost.
Ghost, yeah.
In that one moment when Patrick Swayze said he was talking to his wife or partner then, and he said, you just take it with you. Mm-hmm. He had the penny floating in the air. You just take the love with you. And that's amazing. And we have Pastor Hillary Gooden. She said, my mission is to help my family and others to tap into their inner power, to have peace and body, mind, and spirit. I love because it's right and it never fails.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love that comment. I love every comment that you all share today. And Dr. Lotus Riche, same for you. Answer the same question if you want as well. What does it mean for you?
For me, it means how am I helping people to to heal and overcome the pains that they've been harnessed with through life. And I'm helping by doing what we're doing right now, having shows, talking about it, talking about the tough discussions, talking about the hurtful discussions, the things that most hurt us are oftentimes the things that most grow us.
That's right.
And it moves us into a different way of being. This morning, one of the family members, Kay, she talked about the renewing of the mind when we were in our discussions, because every morning, our staff, our family, we start off with gratitudes.
Yes.
And so that's a way that I am giving back, with gratitude and encouraging people to have gratitude. And my slogan that I say, ignite and take flight in every area of your life, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, you must bring who you are. And that is how I'm helping people around the world. When I encourage them to ignite, when I encourage them to bring who they are, because a lot of us have been hidden. We are like hidden secrets because people dictate to us that we should hide from the very person that I believe the Most High is saying, no, you need to be who you are so that you can show up in the world, so that I can use you for my glory and for the glory of the world to be a better place.
That's
but when
right.
we are dumbed down and are said not to be that part of family civility that Dr. Rebecca was talking about, not to be ourselves, not to accept ourselves, then we fall into the disease that God is ready to free us from, but we keep ourselves there. And so a part of what I do, a part of what you're doing, a part of this program today, how we're helping people to heal themselves, is to do this. Look in the mirror and know that you are a masterpiece. And that is a part of what my calling is. God gave me, Lotus, your job is not to convince. Your job is not to bend. Your job is to just put the information out there.
That's right.
And before I go on shows like we did today on your show, we prayed, because it's really not about us, but it's about the intention from above through us to the masses, so that they can hold on to the word that we've been given, so that they can understand their intention, passion, purpose, and walk the path of purpose that the Most High has for them. And so that's how I'm helping. That's how you're helping.
Yep. Well, I mean, it can't be any better said. We're going to take one last commercial break, and then we're going to come back with our final comment. If you have any more comments, put them in, and then we're going to be closing out today's show. If you have someone that has passed away due to no fault of their own, wrongful deaths kind of suit, Social Security, disability, denial, SSI, you definitely want to reach out to Hunter Everidge Law Firm and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. Thank you so much for being one of today's episode sponsors, and we'll be right back to close out today's episode.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everidge, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
All right, everyone. So I've had the distinct pleasure and honor of having Dr. Lotus Riche as my co-host today. Can't wait for you to come back. We have a series of Interview the Interviewers that's going to be coming up throughout the year. So you can get ready to hear those and see those, and they're going to be powerful every single time. So get your minds right. Did anybody have a final closing comment that was watching? All right. Lots of comments have come in. We are born free, then life. Yes, I am a masterpiece. Yes, you are. Powerful affirmations. Yes, yes. Lots of great things that you all are saying here, and I'm very honored. I see you, Angie. I'm so glad to have you here in the studio audience today. Really appreciate you being there. All right. So Final thought, Dr. Riche?
I've had a wonderful time, Kim. Thank you for taking on this endeavor of interview to interviewer. Thank you for insight. Thank you for zeal. Thank you for Dr. Rebecca Phyllis and Harper coming in with us today from Canada. We appreciate you. And thank you for one of our upcoming guests that you're going to see from Mental Real Estate, the author of Mental Real Estate, Dr. Michael J. Freeland will be with us on one of our upcoming Interview the Interviewers. And if you've ever heard Dr. Michael J. Freeland, DJ Mike J., you definitely want to tune in. We're going to be bringing him on. He's got a conference. He's got a conference coming up in September the 18th, I believe. You don't want to miss that. And so that's one of the people that we're bringing.
Put it in the comment section, Dr. Freeland, so we can pull it up and everybody can see it right quick, if you don't mind. Okay, go ahead.
Awesome. And so as we go, we'll be showing and sharing some things that Dr. Freeland has coming up on his Mental Real Estate Conference. If you haven't gotten a ticket to meet him in Kansas, you need to get your ticket. And I'm hoping that sooner or later he'll do it online, man, because man, people just from all over the world want to come, so I'm hoping that maybe we can talk to him. Maybe he'll open up the doorway for that, because he's going to have a king there. He's going to have a king there. And there's so many things that's going to be going on there. So folks, this is what Kim and I are doing. We're interviewing the interviewers. We're bringing you wonderful people. And listen, if you're not an interviewer yet, if you don't have your own show yet, I had heard that Kim has a wonderful program to help you get that done. And so if you want to come on and be interviewed with us, reach out to us and let us help you. And so my final words of wisdom are these. Ask yourself who you are and listen.
All right, there you have it. Ask yourself who you are, and then do what?
Listen.
Listen.
And when you listen and you hear, don't be afraid to deal with whatever you learn about the you that you are and the you that you're becoming. That's the call to action. Take action. Do something about it. If you don't like what you hear, if you don't like what you see, you have the opportunity to change it.
Yes. And I guess I'll go ahead and share one last thought on my end too. And that's to let you know that we all go through different extreme seasons in our lives, and some are more severe than others. Don't feel like, because you always hear me say bringing balance to the world one household at a time is the balance doctor. Don't feel like just because you're in one of your more difficult seasons that you're out of the will of God in that particular season, because he knows the seasons that we're going to be experiencing and what he's going to do to help us get through them to the other side. So I encourage you to not give up in your dry places, not give up in your difficult times, and know that God is with you on your journey. All right. I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor.
And I'm Dr. Lotus Riche, Mrs. Ignite and Take Flight. So ignite and take flight in every area of your life.
And we have to have a close together, because I only have the close that I have for my show. So we need to create a close together. Okay.
Yes.
But in the meantime, I'm going to play that other one more time that we did, and then we'll be closing out our Interview the Interviewer show together, typically, right?
Hey, Kim, how about thank you for being on Interview the Interviewer? You want to say that together before you play the video?
Huh? Okay, yeah.
Let
me say this before you say that, because Dr. Michael Freeland, Mental Real Estate, go to his bit.ly link and register for the conference that's coming up. It's mental real estate. I know we always talk about houses and buildings and everything, but you have to have some mental real estate as well. Okay. So don't miss it. Now, what are we saying, Dr. Lotus Riche?
Thank you for joining the Interview the Interviewer show.
Okay, come on.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for joining the Interview the Interviewer show. What? Okay, I think I better just put my regular clothes today. We'll get that together one more time. This is a Bloop and Blunder show. Okay. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this while we got this thing live, y'all. Just bear with us for one more second. Okay. I'm gonna say. So today, So today, what you guys witnessed was Interview the Interviewer right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. I had my girl, Dr. Lotus Riche, with us in the studio, and this was off the chain. So thank you so much for being a part of Interview the Interviewer. What do you have to say, Dr. Lotus Riche?
That was the hook. Y'all got shook with the queen, the sweetheart of civility, Dr. Rebecca Harper, and me and my gal, Kim Jacobs. We interviewed the interviewer, and we'll see you next time right here on Interview the Interviewer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. I am so excited to have my co-host, Dr. Lotus Riche, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show with me. We're going to be doing what's called Interview the Interviewer. So what do you have to say about this, Dr. Lotus Riche?
This your girl, Dr. Lotus Riche, and I'm here with my girl, Kim Jacobs, and we are doing Interview the Interviewer. Come on, Kim, let's get this interview started.